Billy Boy, William Henry Gates. So William Henry Gates equals 201 in gematria, as does philanthropists. And there's the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They're probably the most famous philanthropists in the world. The Jesuit Order equals 201, who I say run the show. And the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis, his full name is Jorge Mario Bergoglio, and that equals 201. I'm going to give you a little insight into why 201 is so important for the Jesuits. So you've got Pope Clement, who suppressed the Jesuits worldwide on July the 21st, 1773, with the brief Dominus AC Redemptor. And it was Catherine the Great who protected 201 Jesuits she had acquired in 1772 with the first partition of Poland, and insisted that they continue their apostolic work as Jesuits. Thank you, Catherine. Event 201. So again, we've got all these 201s. And let me tell you about Event 201 that took place on October the 18th, 2019 in New York. So the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, in partnership with the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, hosted this high-level pandemic exercise. The Johns Hopkins Center, the World Economic Forum, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation are all owned by the Jesuits. It's the same thing. So this exercise illustrated areas where public-private partnerships will be necessary during the response to a severe pandemic in order to diminish large-scale economic and societal consequences. So look how this happened October the 18th, 2019, and not shortly afterwards, there's a global pandemic. Bill Gates is not a doctor, is not a disease expert, never worked in the medical field, so how he was able to foresee this shows me it was probably foreshadowed. It wasn't a prediction. So Event 201, it took place 65 days after Melinda Gates' 56th birthday. Melinda Gates is obviously the wife of Bill. And these numbers are huge in regards to coronavirus and pandemic. So the word pandemic equals 65. The word coronavirus equals 56. Bill Gates is currently 65 and Melinda Gates is 56. This has been synced up. There's no denying it, whether you want to believe it or not, that these numbers sync up perfectly with this whole agenda. So yeah, Event 201, William Henry Gates 201, Philanthropist 201. It was the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation who hosted Event 201. Come on, guys. Let's see through all of this now. Whether you like Bill Gates or you don't, or you're somewhere in between, these numbers don't lie. Bill loves to read, guys. So I was looking into images of him and I was looking at these books carefully that most people don't do. Focus on his cheesy little grin. They don't actually look, what's he actually reading there? And I zoomed in and these are the three that interested me. On Immunity by Eula Biss. So this is in the words of Bill. When I stumbled across this book on the internet, I thought it might be a worthwhile read. I had no idea what a pleasure reading it would be. Biss, an essayist and university lecturer, examines what lies behind people's fears of vaccinating their children. Like many of us, she concludes that vaccines are safe, effective, and almost miraculous tools for protecting children against needless suffering. But she is not out to demonize anyone who holds opposing views. This is a thoughtful and beautifully written book about a very important topic. So again, guys, come on. He's pushing global vaccinations. He's invested billions into vaccines, and he's telling us to read this book on immunity, which basically focuses on how safe vaccines are and how miraculous they are and how effective they are. Come on. It's just a joke, the programming. How to Lie with Statistics by Darrell Huff. This is probably my favorite. How to Lie with Statistics. I've been saying for months and months that they manipulate the numbers. As I said, Gavin Newsom said 56% of Californians will get coronavirus in 8 weeks, which is 56 days. Boris Johnson put England into lockdown on November the 5th, leaving 56 days left in the year. It's all by the numbers. I've discussed this. Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, first celebrities to get coronavirus, born in 1956. It goes on and on. So this is what he said about the book, How to Lie with Statistics. I picked up this short, easy-to-read book after seeing it on a Wall Street Journal list of good books for investors. Wall Street Journal, another three-worded abbreviation there, WSG. I enjoyed it so much that it was one of a handful of books I recommended to everyone at TED, TED this year. It was first published in 1954. Remember, Jesuit order equals 54. But aside from a few anachronistic examples, it has been a long time since bread cost 5 cents a loaf in the United States. It doesn't feel dated. One chapter shows you how visuals can be used to exaggerate trends and give distorted comparisons. A timely reminder given how often infographics show up in your Facebook and Twitter feeds these days. Again, Facebook, Twitter, all owned by the Jesuits. A useful introduction to the use of statistics and a helpful refresher for anyone who is already well versed in it. How to lie with statistics, come on immunity, pushing vaccines. And the third one, Should We Eat Meat? By Václav Smil. The richer the world gets, the more meat it eats. And the more meat it eats, the bigger the threat to the planet. Again, they're pushing all of this climate change, sustainable energy, Agenda 21, look into that. How do we square this circle? Václav Smil takes his usual clear-eyed view on the whole landscape, from meat's role in human evolution to hard questions about animal cruelty. While it would be great if people wanted to eat less meat, I don't think we can expect large numbers of people to make drastic reductions. I'm betting on innovation, including higher agricultural productivity and the development of meat substitutes to help the world meet its need for meat. Good play on words there, Billy boy. A timely book, though probably the least beach-friendly one on the list. So again, what they do, they word it in a way where Bill Gates is an incredible person, how he's a genius, how he wants to help. That's not the case. And think of someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 90s, early 2000s, the 80s. He's pushing, eat your protein, get big. And now he's a vegan, don't eat meat. These celebrity puppets push whatever agenda needs to be pushed. And the reason that they're pushing this whole vegan agenda and not eating meat is because it's another way that they can make millions, if not billions of dollars. Okay, soon enough they'll put laws, you can't kill animals for food. They'll create these laws that they can do whenever they want. So look at this. Bill Gates is one of the notable celebrities, along with actress Jessica Chastain, Jay-Z, and others, back in the burgeoning plant-based meat industry. Besides Beyond Meat, the billionaire is also an early investor in Impossible Foods, which is reportedly mulling an IPO soon. While not vegan personally, of course, because these people are hypocrites, Gates has on multiple occasions spoken to the importance of reducing meat consumption and plant-based protein, including in a 2013 interview with the Omnivore's Dilemma and How to Change Your Mind. Again, they love changing people's minds, manipulating people's minds, controlling people's minds. Author Michael Pollan. The tech mogul has done his fair share in making the world a more compassionate place. Hail, 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 Billy Boy. The founder of the global Microsoft empire, he stole that, by the way, research it. He stole that, he stole Microsoft. The guy is not particularly smart, he just plays the role of a smart guy. The tech entrepreneur and his wife, Melinda, launched the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in 2000. Reported to be the largest private foundation in the world, the charity has supported efforts to increase access to nutrition, education, healthcare, and technology across the globe. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. They pretend they have. There's videos of them saying they have. There's photos that looks like they have, but they haven't. Sick human beings, both of them. Bill Gates info, never finished college, never graduated. He's not an engineer, he's not a doctor, he's not a virologist, not elected, never been a president, never worked in politics, but he owns virus patents and he owns vaccine companies. He also has major shares in like the BBC and the mainstream media. But yeah, he's doing it all because he cares about us, guys. He cares so much about us. He don't want to make a profit. No way. And look at the perfect couple. Here's Billy. Look how happy he is. William Henry Gates, Mr. 201. And here's his wife, I think. Melinda Gates. Looks a little bit like Robin Williams, a bit like Mrs. Doubtfire. Just a wonderful couple, philanthropists, doing all they can every day to help the world and weirdly at the same time get richer. But I've got so much respect for these guys. Say what? So this is a quote from Billy Boy. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we really do a great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. That's what he said. Told you, they pushed depopulation. His dad pushed depopulation. Boris Johnson's dad, who's the UK Prime Minister, pushed depopulation. And if you turn around and stick up and say, well, it's because they want to prevent more people having kids and the world, we don't have enough food anymore, it makes sense, it's just trying to help us. No, this was just a little soft disclosure of the depopulation agenda. But trust him, guys, he's a nice guy. Perfect couple. Who needs to finish college anyway? Who needs to be a doctor to be a disease expert? Yeah. It was funny during coronavirus when all these meat plants shut down because of coronavirus and lots of stores were unable to access meat. I wonder why. Because they want to push this. They want to push this. Besides Beyond Meat, Impossible Foods, keep an eye on them when they start hitting your supermarkets. Oh, this is great, this is healthy, this is not killing animals. Yeah. Okay. How to lie with statistics. Again, learn about gematria. I see through all of the numbers. I know what's been made up and what hasn't been made up. Problem is 99% of the things are made up. It's pretty easy to work out. Yeah, on immunity. Guys, we all know vaccines are miraculous and safe, even though the current ones are not liable if anything happens. The companies, they're not liable, so if something happens to you, deal with it. Maybe that's because they're so safe. Yeah, he loves to read. If you really zoom in, you can, but the top book is the one, How to Lie with Statistics. That's on immunity. What if? What if this happens? And what if so many people are worried about it? What if this happens? Live and enjoy the present, guys. Can't change the past. And as you can see with 2020, you don't have as much control over the future as you like to think. Well, there you have it. A little insight into who Bill Gates really is.